Now, the new solo LiDAR supplier, Seyond, which used to be called Innovation, it's intending to list on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This is what we read today, or this is what we read recently, and this is a very good move because look, Seyond, which used to be called Innovation, this company has been the one that has been supplying Nio with the LiDAR sensors. You will notice there on that picture that it shows you that look, man, these guys, they are not only supplying the LiDAR sensor at the top, but they are also supplying this one on the side, which is found mainly on the NT 3.0 cars, which is something that is just so great. Apparently, 91.6% of Seyond's revenue in 2024 came from Nio. Nio was paying these guys for the LiDAR sensors, and this is how they generated or made money. In terms of profits, man, I mean, have a look at the screen there. You'll notice that apparently 2022, 2023, 2024, this company in 2022 generated around $66.3 million. In 2023, they generated $121 million, and in 2024, they generated $160 million. Now, for the 5 months ending May of 2024 and of 2025, this company generated $51.6 million and $52 million respectively, which shows you that, look, man, Nio already this year, for the first 5 months, Seyond had already generated $52 million from Nio alone, which is something that is just so great. And knowing that Seyond is going to list, it's also very interesting because, like I said, in Seyond, which used to be called Innovation, it has been a solo supplier of Nio's LiDAR sensors, which is absolutely great. I think right now, the kind of LiDAR sensors that Nio is producing, the kind of LiDAR sensors that Nio is deploying onto their NT 3.0 cars, it can even cover a range far than what the previous LiDAR sensor was could reach, right? And this is good for Nio because you know what makes Nio's autonomous driving better, or driver assistance better. It is because of these LiDAR sensors. They are playing a huge role into Nio getting to full autonomous driving. This is a very, very important feature onto the Nio cars. And since Nio has been selling the cars, they've been using this sort of like LiDAR sensor system, which differs from what other cars like Xpeng and Tesla are using. Tesla does not have a LiDAR sensor, but it relies fully on software and not much of hardware for autonomous driving. But Nio, it is heavily relying also it is depending onto the LiDAR sensor, which is absolutely great. In terms of the two, obviously we have seen what Nio is able to achieve or is able to do with the LiDAR sensor and what Tesla is able to do. And I can tell you one thing, and that is, look, both systems are great, but let's wait and see what happens. Nio using the LiDAR sensor does not mean that they're strong. They're not strong software-wise, because, like I've already told you, Gartner Index showed us that Nio is already sitting at the second position globally when it comes to software capabilities in their car, which is something that is great and something that makes me to look forward to what is coming. So, my dear friends, I am happy, I am excited, I like what I see. When I read this, I thought I come and tell you that, look, Seyond, which used to be called Innovation, which is a solo supplier to Nio's LiDAR sensor, it's planning or intending on listing in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which is something that is great. I do not know that if whether their plans is to also start supplying, of course, other car makers in China, but I know as it stands right now, Seyond is the company that is only supplying Nio with LiDAR sensor and not any other company, which is something that is very, very good. When talking about the LiDAR sensor, I'm also being reminded of the fact that you will know that Mercedes, couple of months back, highlighted something very interesting, and that is they want to start putting LiDAR sensors in some of their models, right? And this is because they realize the massive potential that is lying onto LiDAR sensors and what it can do and achieve on the roads. And can I tell you something? They are seeing this by EV makers like Nio. Nio, it is one of the EV makers that started using this LiDAR sensor or this kind of LiDAR sensor, and therefore you and me can agree that, look, Nio, and you and me can agree that, look, Nio, whatever they are doing, it's so unique in a way that so many people end up wanting to also use the kind of technology that they have. I mean, check at the steer-by-wire, which is currently there on the ET9. ET9, to control the steering wheel, it's just, you control it by means of a wire rather than that mechanical steel that you find, rods that you find connecting the normal cars. It is there by wire, and Mercedes also has announced that they will be using that technology stay by wire on their upcoming models, which again, it shows you that Nio is a company that is doing so well. Nio is a company that can be expected to attract even more partnerships to come from other car makers, because look, whatever they do, it's unique. They are not trying to copy anyone, but they are just trying to ensure that their technology is unique. They are ensuring that whatever they are deploying out there, it's something that is not there. Yes, there are other technologies that they are doing what they are just expanding based on what was already there. But most cases, Nio is not a company that is willing or that is choosing the route of trying to imitate or trying to go by what the other car makers are doing in the industry, but it's a company that is just focusing solo or wants to do something unique, industry first, as the CEO would usually call it, which this, my friend, it's something that is just so great. So me reading about Seyond, I thought I come and just give you latest updates, because Seyond, like I said, it is the solo supplier of Nio LiDAR sensors, and almost 92% of their revenues that they are generating on a yearly basis are generated through Nio, or they are generating those kind of revenues because of the payments they are receiving from Nio, which is something that is great, something that is exciting. Otherwise, I don't want to make this video too long. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win, and those that are persevering throughout the headwinds of the share price will be rewarded with time. Look, man, it does take me some time to create this kind of content, which is why I ask you to like, subscribe, hit or click that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. That is all from me, and God bless you all.